everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be working on creating a 12 by 12 layout using the Prima 31 collection. This is what I've been using for my October daily this year. I really love this paper pad and this collection in general. I love the colors that it has and all of the kind of vintage vibes and everything. I just think it's really fun. So for this layout, I'm documenting a photo of me from the pumpkin patch. Me and Will went for my birthday this year, so that was really fun. And I thought it would be nice to document this photo of myself to go with like a birthday kind of themed layout to to document me turning 35. So I knew I wanted to do a little bit of an interactive layout. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. But how I start off is I'm just using a piece of white basil cardstock. And then I know I want to kind of jazz it up with a little bit of this paper. So I'm going to kind of choose 3 different patterns and I'm going to cut little strips. I mean, I'm not measuring them or anything. I'm just kind of, cutting some random strips. I am going to include this darker black paper with the little stars, which I think helps it all kind of pop out a little bit. And then I printed my photo off, I think it's around a 4x6. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these strips down. And then we will get going with the kind of meat of the layout. So how has everyone's October been going? Mine has been quite fun and festive. Of course, my birthday was on the 10th, and then I've been doing lots of other fun October projects and October activities. So a lot of my more themed things are going on over on Patreon. So of course I have that linked below if you're interested and want to give it a look. I am doing all of my October daily process videos over there. We also have some fun October themed Zooms going on in the upcoming weekends, which I'm really excited about, with costumes and all kinds of stuff. And Happy Mail is on one of the tiers, which I've been working on today. So there's all kinds of fun stuff going on over there if you ever want to give it a look. But besides that, now I have kind of created a tag. So I used one of the large tags from Citrus Twist as a template, and then I cut, I use it as a template, but I cut a little bit off of either side so that it would easily move about behind my photograph. So I didn't realize, this was just like a boo-boo on my part, I didn't realize that whenever I cut the tag in that striped paper, I cut it upside down. So even though it's double-sided, the back side was little pumpkins and they would be upside down. So I ended up just adhering a different paper to the back of that so that it would kind of work better. And I ended up not even putting anything on the back of the tag, so I don't know how much you really would have noticed it, but it's okay. It's covered and it's all good. So what my idea was, which I've done many times, is to hide that tag behind the picture of me. But I wanted to do something a little more. So I had all of these page protectors right here on my desk because I'm using a Life Crafted album for my October daily. So this is one of the kind of roughly 4x8 page protectors from the Life Crafted albums by Citrus Twist. So I took one of those and I just cut off the side that has the holes in it for the album. And I'm going to use that as my pocket. So these are the pictures. These are some text messages from my friends. So those are the pictures that I'm going to put on the tag, which will be hidden behind the photo. But first, I wanted to make it a little more exciting. So what I decided to do was I grabbed out some of my sequins that I have. And once again, I just have kind of very random assortment of sequins that I've gotten from like Michael's and Hobby Lobby and stuff. I really need to up my sequins game, but for now, this is what I have. And also I have this adorable little jar from Jenny Garcia when we did our like layout swap for her Crafting with Friends series on her YouTube channel. So I still have a lot of these beautiful sequins she gave me. So I just mixed them together and I'm filling up the bottom little portion of that page protector. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fuse tool and I'm just going to fuse this pocket together so that the sequins can't spill out or anything. So I've had my fuse tool just heated up for at least 10 minutes and then you just kind of run it back and forth with the little ruler and then it closes up your pocket. So the bottom of the page protector is going to have like a little bit of sequins that will be fun to pop out under my photo. So I really like the way that turned out and my picture is just slightly larger. So now I'm going to add adhesive right to the back of that page protector. It's not going to show, so it doesn't matter, what you use for the adhesive. I feel like that worked fine. And then of course my picture is going to cover that up. So as you can see, the tag will kind of slip in and out, and then my picture is going to go on top. So that's like generally what it's going to look like right there. But I wanted the photo to be a little bit bigger, and I wanted it to kind of pop out a little bit more. So I'm grabbing this black paper again, and I'm just going to do a little mat on the back of my photograph to make it pop and just to make it a little bit bigger. And then I am going to also use some pop dots so that it's, popped up a little bit, and I think gives more of an impact. So I'm going to add those on there now. So I really like the way that this layout looks. I always like to do a layout every year of some sort whenever it's around my birthday and mention like how old I turned, or maybe do like a currently list. That would be fun to hide behind the photo as well. A currently list, or things about you right now at this age, or about whoever you're doing the layout of. I love to add in things like that. For mine, what I decided to do was I had received a few sweet text messages from my friends, so I thought that it would be fun to include those, especially since I didn't have a party or a get together of any sort this year. So I didn't have any birthday cards or anything, and I love to keep like all my birthday cards. So I thought that the birthday text would be like the next best thing. So I printed those off just as 3x4s. Basically, I might have trimmed them down a little smaller, and then I'm just using the trusty old technique of washi tape to kind of create a little flip, and then those will all be hidden inside the tag as well. So I didn't think that, text messages in general, they're not that like pretty. You have that blue color that never really matches anything for me. So I don't mind that they're kind of hidden away, but I do like that I'm able to read those text messages in the future and see those sweet messages from my friends. So this is actually a pattern paper that off camera I cut out a lot of the sentiments. This is an older one from Crate Paper, the Hooray collection, I think, and I just have a couple sheets of that left, and one of them is just filled with all of these little thought bubbles and like party theme sentiments. And I thought that a few of them I could kind of make work. They might not match perfectly, but it's good enough for me. So I just cut out a bunch of them. I love thought bubbles, and I just think that that looks really cute down the side. And then I am going to add one other one to my tag, and I let this one that says "Today we celebrate you," I let it kind of overlap the text message a little bit, as you can see, and it almost holds that text message photo in place, and then you can just pop it right out and tuck it back in under the cut apart. So I really like the way that that turned out. And now we are going to be adding a title. So I need to get some new alphas. I think that's one thing I should replenish in my stash, because most of them are kind of getting a little bare, and it's hard to spell things, and I haven't really bought any new alphas in a long time. But I did pull out these few that are kind of my go-to favorites, and I wrote out my 35th B-Day. So I add that right over to the side, kind of low on the lower end of that side of my page. And then I believe after this I'm going to sprinkle on a bunch of stars. So this is kind of in general the main part of the layout, and now I will just be doing little things to kind of embellish further to put those finishing touches on there. So yeah, we loved going to the pumpkin patch this year. It was really fun, although it was a little hotter than expected, and a lot of times October here in Mississippi it's definitely, it can still have warm days, but it does start to have that like really nice, like crisp fall air and everything. And I love that. But this particular day at the pumpkin patch, it was pretty hot, too hot for me. And, I tried to kind of have a autumnal ensemble as best I could. So it had long sleeves, and I was just a little warm. But now, of course, today it's like, it's much nicer, and you're starting to feel that fall weather, which I'm very grateful for. I'm very ready for that type of weather. Not winter, but fall. It is very nice. So you'll see that I added a couple labels under my 35th birthday, and I will add a little bit of journaling. And there I just added some of that trusty black and white twine to the tag, which I always love. It matches so much stuff, and it's always really cute. And then I think that I add the date stamp. So I just add my birthday, and I'm going to do some finishing touches of a little bit of this Heidi Swapp Color Shine. This is the same one. I only have a couple bottles of this. You know, they're really hanging on. I have a gold one, and then this is kind of the silver, like dark silver steel gray kind of color. So I add that on, and then just to make this side kind of pop out more, I am going to add a little border just around the white cardstock part of the layout. And then I don't think I add anything else. I may add a few other little stars. One thing that I always like to do, yes I do. So a couple of the little Heidi Swapp paint drops, they kind of smudged. So I love having a few of the little stars ready to go, and then you can just pop them over those kind of blemished areas, and then you'll never know that you ran into any issues. So I love the way that that ends up turning out. So I really think that this is a fun little interactive page. I love the shaker pocket, and the pull out tag is pretty fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like, and please also consider subscribing, and don't forget to check out my Patreon if you get the chance. Thank you guys. Bye.